What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, today's video is something totally different here on my channel. I know normally I don't talk about topics like this. However, I just had to talk about this case because it's literally blowing my mind. I've been following it from the very get-go, and y'all just seeing everything unfold, I was like, whoa, this is such a trip. If you guys have not heard about Carlee Russell, we're going to be talking about her within today's video because it turns out that she could have, and I'm going to say could have, possibly made up this whole entire kidnapping story, which is such a trip to me because when I was following this case, I was like, oh my gosh, this poor girl literally pulled over on the side of the freeway to help out a little baby girl and she got snatched up, and I was just really thinking this was a case of like trafficking. Turns out she may have like made up the whole entire thing because the feds did get involved and they checked her search history. Turns out she was like searching for things like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? She was also searching about stealing money from a register, as well as looking up things as far as like Taken from Liam Neeson, the movie. And I'm just kind of like, okay, this is really suspicious. And then now she's also refusing to do a second interview as well too. Also, I do want to say too, I know they say it's not like fair to like assume, but I do want to say when the parents did an interview, if you guys have not checked out the parents interview, check it out. Me and my friend were watching it and we were like, something just seems off about this. Like, it seems very suspicious the way they were answering. And on top of that too, it seemed like the dad couldn't really keep like a straight face. He seemed like he was like, oh my gosh, like we're in too deep here. You know what I'm saying? If you guys read body language well, you guys will know what I'm talking about. I literally was looking at him like, this is not making sense. And then now come to find out, like, there's little bits of pieces that are coming out that are like, what? Say, for example, like when she returned back home, she had money in her sock. Like, how do you get kidnapped and then you return with money in your sock? Like the kidnappers gave you a parting gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really suspicious. I'm going to be reading the full articles within today's video only because I find this case to be very fascinating. If you guys are interested in that, of course, go and keep on watching. Also, y'all, click down below, head over to my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother. We got new bomb videos over there, like the videos, y'all, I'm so sorry, but they're chef's kiss. I'm like not trying to toot my own horn, but I really put a lot of work into them, and I think that they came out really good. So make sure you guys go show some love over there. If you guys like this style of video, give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and let's go and get into it. So for those of you that don't know about this story, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys the actual Hoover Police Department post about this so that you guys know the full gist of the story, and then we're going to go and get into the juicy stuff of where this could potentially be a whole made-up story by Carlee herself. So this is what it says right here. Hoover police investigating missing person on 7/13/2023 at approximately 9:34 p.m. The Hoover 911 center received a call from a 25-year-old female on I-459 South near mile marker 11 who reported she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. After calling 911, the caller stopped to check on the child and called a family member to report the same details. The family member lost contact with her, but the line remained open. Officers who were already en route to the location of the initial 911 call located the female's vehicle and some of her belongings nearby, but were unable to find her or a child in the area. Hoover police have not received any other calls of someone missing a small child. Detectives are currently investigating this incident and are requesting the public's assistance to help locate this missing person. She is identified as Carlee Nicole Russell, a 25-year-old black female who is 5'4", 150 to 160 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes. Anyone who believes they may have seen Russell or may have any information about this case is asked to call Detective Brad Fountain, and then the phone number, and then it also has a photo of Russell attached. So moving on right here, y'all, because video footage did come out of this because they actually have some cameras on the highway. I'm not going to play that within today's video. I don't know if it's like copywritten, but I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys right here the story. It says, new video taken the night that Russell disappeared in Alabama appears to show the moment she pulled over on a highway to help a child. This before mysteriously vanishing. According to AL.com, the surveillance footage, which was published Saturday, was recorded by an online company that captures and archives live traffic footage, and it looks like they caught the exact moment the 25-year-old came to a stop on the shoulder of I-459 in Hoover, Alabama, Thursday night, when she was first reported missing by her family. It's a disturbing story. Cops say Russell called 911 the night to report seeing a lone child walking along the interstate, and she came to a screeching halt herself to get out and help. Russell is said to have also been on the phone with her brother's GF girlfriend, who says she heard Carlee calling out the child, asking if they were okay. Then she claims to have heard Carlee scream before the phone dropped, with only the sound of traffic being heard after. I do have to say, like, first hearing about this case, I was like mind blown by this because, like, y'all, that is just so sad to me, and it definitely does seem like something that would happen. Like, you pull over to help somebody and then you end up getting snatched up. I hear about those types of things when it comes down to trafficking, you know what I mean? Moving on. When police arrived to the scene, they found her car and belongings, including her phone, but Russell was nowhere to be found. Ditto for the kid she reported seeing. Now, in the wake of this footage, which police say they have and are examining, people are picking it apart, and some even claim to see something that could give a clue as to what happened. In many people's eyes, this looks to be an abduction via luring. That's what I had thought at first, too. The reason people believe that, aside from the eerie details of the case, has to do with a bright yellow light that can be seen in this footage, which darts south in the video at a rapid speed but then goes dark. Unclear what the light may be, but it seems suspicious. Her family has been sounding the alarm since asking the public to help bring her back, and there's even a huge reward offered to her for her return, now increased to $50,000. Now, I also do want to read the boyfriend's post on Instagram as well too, because he did come out and post about this too. He said, "I don't even know how to start off this post, but to only say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for saving my girlfriend's life. Also, thank you to everyone who shared a picture, came out to the Hoover meetup to help us help the search parties, and who went and proceeded to tell people about Carlee to bring awareness to her story. I have been going nonstop since I received the call and was that she was missing on Thursday night. I know she would have done the same for me, so I wasn't going to give up until I saw her face again. I was straight tunnel vision even when I got on social media and downtime and see some of the false allegations and assumptions about me having something to do with her abduction would have me discouraged at times. I didn't give up and kept my faith. I just want to thank all of my family, friends, former teammates, and church members who called or texted me just to let me know that they were praying and here for me. You guys don't even know how much that meant to me. All I ask for everyone right now is to be respectful of Carlee's situation. She was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours, so until she's physically and mentally stable again, she is not able to give any updates or whereabouts on her kidnapper at this very moment. I also want to thank the people on social media who have been understanding and respectful about what she's been through in these past few days. Once again, I can't thank you guys for helping us bring Carlee home. God bless you all. I do want to say this has now been deleted, which I want to say to me is like a little bit suspicious, only because a lot of people were commenting about this. There is also several viral TikToks right now that are calling her out now that we do have more details about the situation, because it really does seem like it is a made up situation. Now moving on as to why this may be false claims right here, because all of these new details came out. This is from ABC3340.com. It says Hoover PD says there is no threat to the public, cannot confirm Carlee Russell's claims. The Hoover Police Department held a news conference Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. to provide an update on Carlee Russell investigation. During the press conference, Chief Nick Durzis said there is no reason to believe there is any threat or danger to the public connected to this case. Durzis said police have not been able to confirm much of the information Russell provided in her initial interview with police. Durzis also provided details from the investigation, which included a search of Russell's possible internet search history in the days leading up to her disappearance. Before we get into those searches, I do want to say, if you have searches like this on your history, you're going to look very suspicious. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people say, for example, I watch a lot of like See No Evil or a lot of like true crime on ID, and people who have searches, 9 times out of 10, they're guilty. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially her searches, which we will get into later, I'm like, okay, that raises some red flags. Moving on right here. You can also watch the full press conference as well too at ABC3340.com. I can't play any of it right here. It may be copywritten, but if you guys are interested in watching the full press conference, check it out there. Police said video surveillance showed Russell took a bathrobe and a roll of toilet paper from her workplace, concealing it before leaving. She then went to get food at Tzatziki's before stopping at Target and purchasing granola bars and Cheez-Its. She remained in the parking lot until 9:21 p.m. before driving to the Interstate 459, where she later made a call to 911. Obviously, those little things right there are suspicious as well too. Why are you taking toilet paper? Do you know what I mean? And a bathrobe? Why are you like, it's just a little bit weird. And then you're gonna stop and get snacks too? Like, I don't know. Everything just kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? Police played the full audio of Russell's call with the Hoover 911 dispatch. Russell said she saw a child, maybe 3 or 4 years old, in a white t-shirt and possibly wearing a diaper. Durzvis said Russell drove about 600 yards while on the phone with 911. Police said they have sent the traffic camera footage to the FBI in hopes of enhancing the image, but have not yet gotten it back. Carlee Russell was reported missing on July 13, 2023. She then returned to her home on July 15, 2023. So she was missing for 2 days. After she returned home, police conducted an initial interview with Russell. She told detectives she saw a baby walking down the road when a man came out of the trees saying he was checking on baby. Russell claimed the man then picked her up. She said she remembers screaming before being put into an 18-wheeler. Russell did not remember much about this man, but she claimed he had orange hair with a big bald spot. Police and Russell told them that she escaped the 18-wheeler, but she was caught again and put into a car. The next day, she was fed crackers by a woman and put in another car, which she escaped again in the West Hoover area. I do want to say, like, obviously, maybe things like this can happen, but don't you guys find it obviously to be a little bit suspicious that she's escaping multiple times? Do you know what I mean? I feel like, say, for example, if you were abducted and you escaped once and then that person got you again, they're going to, like, shackle you down even more. Do you know what I mean? They're going to, like, make sure you don't escape, you know? So her escaping twice, I'm kind of like, okay. Anyways, police said Russell had a small injury to her lip and her head was hurting. Detectives also found $107 cash in her right sock. I also feel like, don't you feel like they're gonna like rob you? You know what I mean? If she had any cash, and then why do you have it in your sock? You know what I mean? Of all places, I don't know. If she was in her car, say for example, wouldn't she have her purse or put it in her car, put it in her wallet? Why would it be in her sock, you know? But she may have stolen that from work. We'll get into that. The U.S. Secret Service was asked to assist in the investigation, and they analyzed internet search results from the areas Russell was between July 11th and July 13th before her reported disappearance. Police said those searches include the following terms: do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How to take money from a register without being caught? Birmingham bus station? One-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville? The movie Taken? And maximum age of an Amber Alert. So as you guys can see from right there, obviously when it comes down to looking for her looking at the search history, it's kind of like, okay, if you're paying for an Amber Alert, wouldn't that kind of mean like, okay, first of all, you're already planning this. Second of all, you want attention? Because I would think if somebody wants an Amber Alert put out about them, they want attention. Do you know what I mean? Moving on right here. Police said they have asked to interview Russell again, but have not been granted. They have not been able to confirm the information from Russell's initial interview. This is a quote from the police too. There is no reason to believe there is a threat to public safety, Dervis said. Dervis took questions at the end of Wednesday's press conference. He said Russell's toxicology report was not suspicious and there is currently no indication of a mental illness. Police have still not determined if any crime was committed in this incident. So that's pretty much it for the details as of right now. I do want to say this is obviously all alleged. It's all looking very suspicious. Nothing has came out to be true. It just kind of like looking at the timeline of things and looking at everything unfold, it does seem like it is a little bit suspicious. But I do want to tread lightly and say that this very well still could be the truth. Like she very well could have been snatched up. Do you know what I mean? She could have been kidnapped. But then also at the same time too, she could have made the whole story up too. Everyone's comparing her online right now to Jesse Smollett, I believe his name is, who is a actor that I want to say he staged his own like beating or gay bashing. I don't know too much about that, to be quite honest with you guys. I did not read into that case specifically, but everyone is saying it seems like the same type of story. If you guys are familiar with that, I don't know too much details about that. I want to say within my personal opinion, it does seem a little bit suspicious, but at the same time too, I am hoping that she wouldn't make something like this up, because honestly, y'all, if she did make this up, this just takes away so much severity from people that really do need help out there. And then it makes everybody else question like, oh, is this story for real? Did somebody make this up? This seems a little bit suspicious. Do you know what I'm saying? And there are literally thousands of people out there who may need help. And if a story like this is made up, it's going to take away a lot of validity from a lot of other people's story. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm really hoping and praying that this is not made up, and I really hope that she's telling the truth about everything. But it does seem, there seems to be a little bit of red flags happening over here. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. I'm super curious of your guys' opinions. Like, let me know what you think down below. Do you guys think that she made this up? Do you guys think that this is actually a real story? What do you guys feel about this situation? Because I'm like, ooh, there's that side of me, that like really good side of like, oh my God, somebody can't make this up. But then obviously people have done it before in the past. And then there's that side of me that like, okay, it seems really suspicious. It seems like she made it up for attention. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.